Hello, friends. It's Chapo.
I would any Daily Show episode
Trevor
that's been
Noah
made
Daily
in the
Show
last
episode,
5
yeah.
to 10 years. I mean, my God.
What's he gonna do? Like, he's leaving the Daily Shows. He's just gonna be, he's gonna be in those like comedian movies where, you know, it's like a guy who's a janitor gets elected president, and he he has common sense solutions to things. He's gonna play a janitor, and they're just never gonna explain his accent. Or like one of those
Like when Schwarzenegger would just play a cop in America.
Yeah, I always loved that. He's just like an accountant from Illinois.
Yep.
But yeah, he'll be in that one. He'll be in a movie where it's like he has a crush on a woman, but he dies, but his gets reincarnated like as her father. Like one of the, you know, like that type of, you know what I mean.
It's sort of a Freaky Friday, but like the girl he's trying to hook up with, he's like, now he's your dad.
Yeah. These movies, the type of comedy where it's like it's above a Rob Schneider movie, and it's always like they're trying to make a comedian a movie star. Like they did with this with Chris Rock all the time.
They won't stop, even though he proved himself to be one of the world's worst actors long ago.
But yeah, I think that's the type of movie they're going to put him in, like a very Chris Rock.
Well, whatever he's up to, I'm there because the man is just a superstar talent.
That is a fucking tough block of TV to get through.
There's so many of them too now. There's so many late night shows.
Yeah, it's the only thing America makes anymore.
And they're all streaming, which defeats the whole point. It's supposed to be on late at night. Required by law. It's broadcasting 11 p.m.
If you're watching James Corden in the light of day when God can see you, oh my God,
you're cursed being.
Well, James Corden is like, that's what that type of shitty TV is supposed to be, though, right? It's like a big fat guy who's like too cheerful, singing and dancing. Like that's faithful to the format. Just like what are the, like Jimmy Fallon, alcoholic? That's what all the, like, he's like Jack Parr. Trevor Noah is a departure from the form.
It's true.
Because I don't know what the fuck he's going for. I don't think other countries should have stand-ups.
God no.
We barely should.
Yeah.
All right, let's leave it there for now. The second half of the show, I will be talking to journalist and friend of the show, Katie Halper, on her recent Firing for Truth from The Hill. So I'm going to turn it over to that. And then just to close things out here, cheers to everyone whose federal marijuana possession charge has just been expunged. And jeers to cursed goblin son Christian Walker for betraying his father, the pater familias.
Yeah, but you know what? It's the weekend's coming up, and if you got reason to celebrate, if a woman that you got pregnant, she finally gave in and let you pay for her abortion, kick back. You've earned it.
Grab a Modelo.
So, you know, one less
It's
thing
the
you got to worry
weekend,
about.
Is there maybe something you would like to do fun this weekend?
Oh,
right,
yes.
yeah.
If you were in Los Angeles this weekend, this is your last opportunity, Los Angeles, and really all of Southern California, Anaheim, San Diego, shit, come down from San Francisco, San Jose, Sacramento, the whole state of California. There's a one thing and one thing only to do this weekend. That's right. Saturday, October 8th, the theater at the Ace Hotel, Chapo Trap House Live. We will be joined by Tim Heidecker and the musical act L.A. Witch. L.A. Witch and Tim Heidecker will be our guests. Hey, talk to anyone who went to the Chicago show. You know, that was fire. And once again, thanks to Solips for performing with us in Chicago. Solips and Charles Austin and of E1. Check out Solips' album. But yes, Los Angeles, Southern California, the entire West Coast. Come out and see us this Saturday. The theater at the Ace Hotel. Tickets available at chapotraphouse.com/live.
Oh, well, we can finally reveal what the surprise for the Chicago show was going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It was, we were going to have Rod Blagojevich on, but he was like, about a week before, he was like, oh, I took a paid speaking engagement. And we should
have tried to top him. How much they offer you?
Yeah.
I know. I want to find out who it was.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like, I don't know, the like Illinois beef wholesalers or something, like some like weird conservative group. But they could have offered him like $50,000.
That's true. Who knows? Those people, they love to.
We could offer them some, some beers, maybe.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Little salami board. No, we can't compete with the Illinois Beef Consortium.
No,
they got
no
deep
way.
pockets.
No way. But yeah, no, there'll never be a surprise that we don't deliver on ever again. Tim Heidecker will not get in a car accident before this show.
All right, on to the second half of the show and Katie Halper. All right, joining me now is recently fired for truth journalist and commenter Katie Halper. Katie, welcome. Or welcome back, I should say.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Well, it's been a while. I'm sorry you had to get fired for we'd have
I
you
know.
invite you back on the show.
Who does a girl need to get fired by to get back on the show? Yeah.
All right, so you have just been fired for truth. Could you just describe what was the truth that got you fired from The Hill?
Sure. So the truth that got me fired from The Hill was that Rashida Tlaib was right when she called an apartheid state, and that is an apartheid state, and that the attacks on her for saying that were, need to be condemned. Rashida Tlaib got into trouble because she said at a Justice for Palestine event, she said that people are seeing more and more that you can't be progressive while also supporting this apartheid government. And after she said that, the usual suspects like Jonathan Greenblatt at the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, condemned her, said that Israel is not an apartheid state. She was calling Debbie Wasserman Schultz, called it outrageous. Jake Tapper, who likes to pick on Rashida Tlaib and has said some pretty odious stuff about Islam and Muslims, he did a little segment on it. So I use that as a kind of jumping off point for my own monologue. And I guess I should back up, explain. So I appear on the Hill. I've appeared as a guest for like 3 years. And then I started doing some guest hosting. And when you host, you can do these things called radars, just whatever. It's a monologue straight to the camera. And so I decided I would write my radar, my monologue, about what happened with Rashida Tlaib, and also just use it as the opportunity to lay out the case that Israel is indeed an apartheid state. And I made my argument by citing the UN, because apartheid is actually a crime. It's a crime that's defined. So I cited the UN, the International Criminal Court. I cited
many of the leaders of the anti-apartheid movement in South Africa.
Yes, Nelson Mandela, Desmond Tutu, a current minister of foreign affairs for South Africa, who just spoke at the UN General Assembly. I cited, of course, former prime ministers who have said that Israel is either currently or will be an apartheid state. Also, Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, also Palestinian human rights organizations, and B'Tselem, which is an Israeli human rights organization. Because I also think I'm a little conflicted sometimes about whether or not to say as a Jew or these Jews, but I do think, because I don't think you need to be Jewish to declare Israel an apartheid state, but I think that it gives you like one level of protection, not that much, obviously, but when you're a Jew and you say it, you may be called like a self-loathing Jew. So, but not an anti-Semite.
I watched the video that got you, shall we say, disinvited from ever appearing on The Hill ever again. And it's a 6-minute video, it's a 6-minute monologue where you
I think it's 12,
12 minutes. Okay, you pretty dryly lay out the case for like why it is not wildly derogatory or out of bounds to refer to Israel as an apartheid state. And you marshal quite a bit of evidence based on the UN definition. And if you're speaking about Israeli human rights organizations or politicians, you shouldn't have to cite them. But I think it speaks to the point that like in Israel itself, this is not exactly an unheard of thing to be a topic to be broached. They're not doing anything about it, but this has been a sentiment shared by, like I said, former, prime ministers of Israel.
Right.